Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for checking out my channel here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. My name is Sarah, and I will be hosting this reading happening for you in the sign of Gemini. The new moon is moving through the sign of Gemini as we speak. So there's a lot to go with that. There's a video that I actually created just so that we can kind of get to the point and get right into the readings. I feel like it's giving more to the readings when I have a separate video for the moon talk, because I'm able to spend some more time. Oh, speaking of the moon talk, so yeah, I feel like just go check it out. It might be something that is worth your while. The Gemini new moon discussion, something worth thinking about, that's for sure. So let's get into this for you, Sagittarius. We're going to pull a card from Miss Mildred's deck. I don't know if she likes me calling her that, but we're going to keep some things formal, I guess. Cauldron reversed. So what have you been brewing up? Some nasty shit? I don't know. Let's see. 42. Is 42 something that resonates with you? A number. Okay, fertility, infertility, magical combinations, and experimentation. So what have you been experimenting with, Sagittarius? Magical combinations. So whatever you're mixing up, like whatever energies you're trying to, whatever energies that you are trying to combine might not be compatible, basically. This might even be like a group of people that you're trying to, you know, like maybe your circle of friends do not go well together. They just only go well individually with you. And I don't know if you're like playing around with people's energies as well, testing people. There's anything that I hate worse is when people set people up for failure. Like when you test people, like why? Especially when they don't consent to being tested. Like you're literally gonna lose. And either that or you're going to you're going to lose, and also you are now you're now responsible for a missed opportunity, for someone else's missed opportunity. And then that's on you. So I don't know if that applies to your situation right now, but I'm just feeling like there is some unethical practices that you should consider being honest with yourself about. So I feel like that might not be for everybody, but it's definitely worth, it's a great topic of discussion as far as I'm concerned. So it may not apply to you, but at least maybe it might be relevant to some conversations within your circle. Yep. Yep. I don't know how we ended up so blue. Again, this is happening. Like it starts out purple, it ends up blue. My eyes were red. I gotta get up in close, but this is fun. I'm digging the versatility of my lighting. All right. Ooh. So Scorpio just had this. Maybe you are dealing with a Scorpio, Sagittarius. They just had this in their, in their final outcome, and you are having it in your beginning, your concern. So you're concerned, maybe, are you going to be happy? You're concerned about your happiness, Sagittarius. like, there's so much to that too. Like, if you're feeling miserable, that really sucks, and I hope that changes for you. 100%. 100%. Everybody deserves to be happy on some level, with the exception of really bad people. But that's also none of my business. So this is wish fulfillment on many levels, though. Like, this is not just happiness, like feeling happy. This is also being happy with how your life has turned out in terms of what you wanted, like family. It's sort of like, it's really like the picture is always, you know, like the nuclear heteronormative, blah, blah, blah. That might not be what it is for you, happiness. But whatever your version is, that's your happiness in it. And you're concerned maybe that you're not going to get that. And, you know, it's very subjective. It's tricky when you have very specific expectations as to what you want. Sometimes what we want, we don't always get it in the very way that we want it. So it's really important to keep an open mind. It's very, very important. I feel like that kind of can really make or break your sanity. It can make or break like whatever positive or toxic dynamic that you bring into a circle. Ace of Pentacles reversed. So this happiness perhaps has to do with your health. Your health, it could be your career, it could also be your finances, but having like some refreshed energy to put into either of those three things is maybe something that you're feeling like you're lacking at this time. You've burnt out. Burnouts are really hard to come back from. Don't beat yourself up, and try to be as patient as you possibly can. Like, when I say hard to come back from, I mean like it can take like a couple of years. Like, I would at least say a minimum of 2 years. Minimum. Like, I don't know. I'll just disclose. I had really bad postpartum depression with my first pregnancy. It took me 2 years to snap out of it and see that I had a life ahead of me. Literally. And there was nothing else other than like the time that I needed to take to help me come to that realization. It was like the motion of going through your daily grind every day for 2 trips around the sun. That's how long it took me to get into that routine. It's like a halfway point between, like, you know, that 4-year mark and then all of a sudden you got a little person going to school, right? So yeah. It's real. Reality is real. But yeah, maybe a little person is something that you want in your life and you don't have it. Or maybe you feel like, you know, maybe you're at a stage where you're done. But love is what's going to rekindle this constitutional well-being, this wellness, this happiness. Love is what you really need to focus on. Love, 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 love. Okay. The Fool. That one kind of like popped out, but didn't really want to. So you're not really taking the initial steps. Love is all around you, but you need to take the plunge. You need to step towards it to receive it in this situation. Because we all deserve somebody, like, we all deserve to just have people be happy to see us, to be greeted, to be approached. We all deserve that. We all need at least some people in our lives that approach us. But then we also need to be willing to approach others as well. It goes both ways. So I really think that that is part of this takeaway, is taking the plunge, trying something new with regards to love, loving yourself, loving whatever it is that you do, loving your life. And you've had somebody, like you've either been like, you know, a soldier, like a warrior of virtue, of action, of love, or you've had this person in your life. This is like the quintessential knight in shining armor. So this is you, this is a person that you've had in your life. Not necessarily in a position where they're able to like sort of nurture or be a boss, but there. They may be a little non-committal as well, but they show up, which is definitely a valid form of commitment. So that's in your past. That person is someone that you've been dealing with. Maybe you've had to let them go. Okay. So I don't know if they're around anymore, but there's something happening in your near future where like you're just not getting what you need done, and it's almost like you reap what you sow. So if you're not really like there's no benefit to whatever it is that you did, like whatever action you took, and this may have absolutely nothing to do with this individual. It could, but I feel like it's more so with this and you being happy with your life and what you've done so far. There's been some actions that you've taken that were not out of love, even though it is within your capacity to do that. You didn't. You chose otherwise, and now you reap what you sow. Now there's just, there's going to be no takeaway from whatever outcome this situation, however this situation ends up. You might be at a loss, but you're going to come to an awakening. You're going to come to, like you have a good attitude. You're able to realize things quite quickly. You see things very quickly. That's good. Maybe it might not be as quick anymore after what goes on, but you see things. You have a good understanding of a lot of very important things. It doesn't mean that you have it all the time, because there are some things that you don't get in terms of the ways in which you might be triggered, as well as the cycles of, like your cycles that you go through. Timing might be off for you as well. It's hard for you to get everything in alignment, and people see that. So you might have some issues with ADD or whatever, but you have a hard time getting things into alignment with the world. You might be a little bit unlucky in some ways too. But I don't know, like no matter what comes through, like I'm really loving this Ace of Cups. Like you have an abundance of love. Like love is within your reach. It's all around you. And I feel like that just speaks to your ability to connect with it easily. It's just a matter of whether or not you're willing to do that. Like if you're going to allow yourself to be distracted to what's right in front of you. Why? Why would you waste yourself like that? Don't do that, Sagittarius. Win some, you lose some. No. Okay. So you really hope to build a legacy. Like maybe you want that family, maybe you want that generational wealth. You wanna be, you got like granny goals. That's good. It's never a bad thing. This could also be a fear of success if you really, really wanna dig deep. You're afraid of success. You're afraid of having what it is that you want. For whatever reason. That's like negative core beliefs that you need to do some work on. And even if it isn't, it's like, what are you allowing to distract you from that? Are you allowing other people's problems to distract you? Are you allowing your own resentment or jealousy of other people to distract you? That's a waste of time. Drama. But resentments really come to my mind more so than anything. Like when you think about what you reap, what you sow, right? Like when all you do is like spread your resentment, you're not going to get anything out of it. It's not going to fertilize your soil, which is this, like your foundation is going to be fertilized with like, you know, whatever it is that kills shit. It's just going to be dry. You can grow some shit in sand, like cactuses grow. But cactus might not be what you want. Probably isn't what you want. What do you want? That's the question. What do you really want? Because everything that you possibly want is within reach. You just have to set the right intentions. You have to take this plunge and get to know your inner magician. Get to know your inner magician so that you can properly set intentions instead of like sabotaging yourself or focusing on, you know, tearing down other people or like lashing out at other people who may, like, who you're jealous of because you perceive them as having more than you or having what you think you want. What is it that you really do want? And how can you manifest that? Because you're not going to be able to get to the manifestation point if you don't take the plunge and really decide what you want and go for it. Truly, truly go for it. Figure out what it is that you want and then figure out how that will work for you, how you can get that for yourself. It may not be a conventional method, or it may not look like what it is that you know, that society portrays or that you once dreamed of as a young person. Like there's so many things, right, that you just need to go for. And all of these things are within your reach. You have all these options of the perfect home, the perfect you home, the perfect you family, the perfect you career, the perfect you like career and savings account. You know what I mean? Like just basic stuff like that. So what does that look like for you? And you really just need to focus on one thing and really focus on it. Like allow the distractions to fall because if you try to multitask all the fucking time, you're just gonna kind of half-ass get everything done and not actually get what it is that you want. It's as simple as that. So with that, Sagittarius, thank you so much for checking out my channel. Appreciate all the love and support. So please do hit that like and subscribe button. And remember the conversation about what it is, like this mix-up that you got wrong. Figure it out or have some conversations with your peers about ethics and the ways in which you think it's okay to test things out. All right. Take care and bye for now.